Good morning. I'm LT. I'm an alcoholic addict. Started this channel back in 2020, January 2020. Been 2.5 years, right? How long ago was 2020? 2 years, 5 months ago. So we're in May, right? Yeah. Started this back in 2020, just for fun, because I wanted to make videos. I wanted to get better at being a videographer. And COVID hit. Now look at us. Completely changed the game for me, which I am completely grateful for, because I didn't want to work on bass anymore. I didn't want to work on bass the rest of my life. Reaching for, false security. False security in my eyes. Nothing's secure. Everything's risky. Everything in life is risky. Nobody gets out alive. That's the way it is. Today is my 30th day. Julian, Geesh, good morning. I'm on day 30 on my challenge that I've set before myself. One thing, for some reason, I don't know why this just hit me today. Sitting there thinking about it. I'm thinking, how do you measure life? How do you measure in life? How do you know if you're even progressing in life? We know when we screwed up, right? When we come out of addiction or whatever. If we're in a funk, if we can't get out of bed, if we're depressed, we know that part. But if we start working our program, or we start setting out to achieve a happier life for ourselves, how do we know we're doing? How do we know we're doing it? How do we know we're progressing? And when I worked on bass, when I worked up on base, I was in the United States Air Force as a civilian. I worked on F-22s. I worked on F-35s. And when I got into the F-35 program, I switched over to the GS side, more of a middle management type of a spot. And they sent me through a lot of training. And you always had to measure, right? If you don't measure, you don't know. So how do you know in life if you're doing good? If you don't have things already set in place, they're going to give you some type of a stick, a measuring stick to hold it up against. Because if you just go through life like, la-di-da, yep, I'm trying to do things better, but and that's why this 30-day challenge has been so good. I finally have put a legit measuring tape in front of my life to measure my progress against. You could say, I'm going to go to meetings, I'm going to stop drinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But if you don't actually have a goal set with a tape measure next to it, you won't know if you're progressing or not. And how can you make improvements if you don't know if you're progressing or not? I don't know why that. Maybe it just stuck better today. It became more clear to me. I don't know if you guys like Jordan Peterson or not, but I do. We're going to watch for the next couple of live streams, we're going to go through one of his videos. It's 27 minutes long, but we're just going to hit the first part of it today. And he talks, excuse me. He talks a little bit about this, measuring your life, why a lot of people don't do that. Good morning, Geesh. Julian, good morning, brother. Eugene, welcome. Good morning. Glad to see you here. Glad to see everybody here. Thanks for all being here. Make it inspirational for me. But today, 30 days. So there's my measuring stick. I've made it 30 days. What? I jumped on the scale this morning. I'm down to 200. I've lost 14 pounds. I know Saturday's the day I'm supposed to do it. But hopefully by Saturday, if my trend continues to happen, because I started off at 214 30 days ago. 14 divided by 30. I'm losing 2 pounds a week. And that's about right. I don't think you want to go any more than that, because then you're not losing healthy weight. One of my goals is to lose weight. And so there's my measuring stick, right? I jump on the scale and I see where I'm at day to day. And then I look at what I've set up for calorie wise. And if any of those things mess up, I can see it. You can't just, I hope it works. 30 days in, I'm 14 pounds down. Feel so much better. We did jumping lunges last night. My legs are nice and sore. Jumping lunges, the only thing that gets my legs sore these days. But those type of activities, getting out of this chair, getting off the floor, doing a jumping lunge. It's so much easier now. I didn't realize how much 14 pounds was weighing me down. I'm sure my knees are thanking me. You should see my dad. He had a double knee replacement. He can't hardly bend his knees now. He's in his 60s or something, 70. My grandpa, he's finally in a wheelchair. Before he got in the wheelchair, he was stiff-legged. He tried, though. He played racquetball all the way up through his 80s. So, the Weaver family, the men in my family, we last a long time, but our knees don't. So I want to try to take care of those. So I got about 10 more pounds I would like to shed. Maybe 15. I don't know. But on day 60, I should be down to 190. If I continue down the same path and progress that I'm on currently right now, and I don't know what my body's going to do. I've never gone past like 30 days of a straight commitment like I'm on now. So when I get to, I don't know, my body, is it going to hit this plateau where I'm going to have to change things up, drop or raise my calories and shake me out of it? Or I don't know. I'm a freaking science experiment to myself these days. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. Good morning. Great day to be alive. God is so good. Amen. Great day of new, beautiful mercy bestowed upon us yet again. So what will we do with it? What will we do with today? We will set things up in our life to make it better. Let's see what Jordan Peterson has to say.
Like, you don't need to have all these things, but you better have most of them. Family, friends, career, educational goals, plans for, time outside of work, attention to your mental and physical health, etc. That's what life is about. And if you don't have any of those things, well, then all you've got left is misery and suffering. So that's a bad deal for you. So once you set up that goal structure, let's say, and that's really in many ways that's what you should be doing at university. That's exactly what you should be doing, is trying to figure out who it is that you're trying to be, right? And you aim at that, and then you use everything you learn as a means of building that person that you want to be. And I really mean want to be. I don't mean should be. Even those things are going to overlap. And it's important to distinguish between those, because that's partly, and this is back down to the micro routine analysis. So if I was saying, well, you're going to try to make yourself more industrious. Okay, number one, specify your damn goals, because how are you going to hit something if you don't know what it is? That isn't going to happen. And often people won't specify their goals too, because they don't like to specify conditions for failure. So if you keep yourself all vague and foggy, which is real easy, because that's just a matter of not doing as well, then you don't know when you fail.
So does fear drive a lot of you? I mean, let's do some when we come to this channel, when we start talking about goals and life and stuff, I want you to be looking in a mirror. That's basically what I'm doing when I'm up here. I'm educating myself. I'm either rehashing stuff I've already gone through and bringing it to you again, because I've learned in my life that every time I learn something and then I go and I reteach it, it gets sunk in even deeper. And so all the stuff you're seeing me do is what I'm doing to myself. I'm trying to, if you notice my next video, it's going to drop at noon today on YouTube, is about being a peer support. And a peer support, I feel like, is on top of lived experience. Have I been there? Have I done that? Have I overcame life? And if I can do it, you can do it. And I'm here to support you and show you how I did it. But then it's to show how I'm going to maintain the rest of my life in the current moment. And so you guys are seeing me live by example. Why have I done this 30-day challenge? Why am I up every morning to do this live stream and drop a daily vlog on my progress? To show you guys that I'm doing it right there with you. And so those are the goals that we're setting, and the fear, right? So look at yourself right now, analyze yourself. Am I afraid to set a goal because I don't want to see myself fail? That's what he's talking about right now. Oh, I'm just going to make it vague. That way I don't know if I fail. And then you just kind of mumble through life and you never know.
And people might say, well, I really don't want to know when I fail because that's painful. So I'll keep myself blind about when I fail. That's fine, except you'll fail all the time then. You just won't know it until you've failed so badly that you're done. And that can easily happen by the time you're 40. So I would recommend that you don't let that happen. So that's willful blindness, right? You could have known, but you chose not to. Okay, so once you get your goal structure set up, you think, okay, if I could have this life, looks like that might be worth living, despite the fact that it's going to be, you know, anxiety provoking and threatening, and there's going to be some suffering and loss involved and all of that. Obviously, the goal is to have a vision for your life such that, all things considered, that justifies your effort. Okay, so then what do? Well, then you turn down to the micro routines. It's like, okay, well, this is what I'm aiming for. How does that instantiate itself day to day, week to week, month to month? And that's where something like a schedule can be unbelievably useful. Google Calendar. It's like, make it.
Exactly, Eugene. Failing is a good thing. We learn from our failures. That's a fact. And a lot of people don't want to go through that disappointment. They think it's something to be ashamed of, maybe. Maybe they got shamed growing up, like, oh, you're a failure. And that's something they don't want to relive and rehash. But we have to learn, right? We fall off our bikes when we're learning to ride our bikes. And that's a good thing, because then we know what to do. Just like, you know, you're right, Eugene. You're absolutely right.
Damn schedule and stick to it. Okay, so what's the rule with the schedule? It's not a bloody prison. That's the first thing that people do wrong. They say, well, I don't like to follow a schedule. It's like, well, what kind of schedule are you setting up? Well, I have to do this, then I have to do this, then I have to do this, you know, and then I just go play video games, because who wants to do all these things that I have to do? It's like, wrong. Set the damn schedule up so that you have the day you want. That's the trick. It's like, okay, I've got tomorrow. If I was going to set it up so it was the best possible day I could have, practically speaking, what would it look like? Well, then you schedule that. And obviously there's a bit of responsibility that's going to go along with that, because if you have any sense, one of the things that you're going to insist upon is that at the end of the day.
Something that stands out to me that he just said right there that I've noticed in my life, in my current schedule, right? I have a schedule now. I do. In the morning, I wake up, and I was laying there this morning, not wanting to get out of bed, just like every morning, because your body feels so comfortable and so tired, and you can't imagine yourself in the moment I'm in right now. But I do now, because I've done it for 30 days in a row, that I know that emotion, that feeling was just temporary. All I had to do was just get up and show up, and it would go away. And it did. But my schedule now, did you see what he said? He said, if you put a schedule up, you decide how your day is going to go. You may have outside interferences come and knock you off your track a little bit here and there, but ultimately, if you start setting up a schedule for your day, at 6 o'clock, I'm going to do this. So my goal is to get up every morning at 6, get this area cleaned up, because from the night before, it's all a mess from editing. I got SD cards, and my camera's upside down, and my other computers are switched, and things are just different programs are running. And, you know, I've got probably leftovers from dinner last night, because after I'm done, I just kind of fall back and go to bed. But I wake up, I drink some coffee, I say bye to Link and Xylan, because they're usually bouncing out of the house at this time. Then I clean this up, I set it up, and I hit record, or I hit go live. That's my schedule. 6 o'clock. This is what I'm doing. And guess what I'm doing after this? As soon as I hit stop going live, I'm going to get my dogs ready. I'm going to run up to the mountain. I'm going to get in my exercise. I'm going to come back. I'm going to get cleaned up. I'm going to pack up my bags, and I'm going to go to the reentry fair, because it's Tuesday. I already have my day planned. I'm going to decide what's going to happen today for me. Yes, there's outside forces. Yes, tornadoes and earthquakes happen. But plan your day. Set up your day so that you're in control of your day, not just random emotions and random feelings and random weakness, you know? Eugene says, my best days at the gym were the days I didn't want to go, right? It's why does it work like that? And I've noticed it's like that too when I go to, like, especially back in my early recovery days. I'm still in early recovery. From the stuff I've been learning and reading, recovery is an early game for like 7, 8 years, 10 years even. I wouldn't want to go to a meeting. I'd be in a crappy mood. I don't want to go talk about my feelings. I don't want to listen to other people whine about theirs. But you drag yourself there anyway. You just show up. And it's always awesome. It's always like the good meetings. It's like, these are the ones. It's like a sign. Like, if you don't feel like that, show up, because those are usually the times that they are the best. And something inside of us talking about wanting to keep us out of it,
You're not in worse shape than you were than at the beginning of the day, right? Because that's a stupid day. If you have a bunch of those in a row, you just dig yourself a hole and then you bury yourself in it. It's like, sorry, that's just not a good strategy. It's a bad strategy. So maybe 20% of your day has to be responsibility and obligation, or maybe it's more than that, depending on how far behind you are. But even that, you can ask yourself, okay, well, I've got these responsibilities. I have to schedule the damn things in. What's the right ratio of responsibility to reward? And you can ask yourself that, just like you'd negotiate with someone who is working for you. It's like, okay, you got to work tomorrow. Okay, so I want you to work tomorrow. And you might say, okay, well, what are you going to do for me that makes it likely that I'll work for you? Well, you could ask yourself that, So maybe you do an hour of responsibility and then you play a video game for 15 minutes. I don't know, whatever turns your crank, man. But, you have to negotiate with yourself and not tyrannize yourself. Like you're negotiating with someone that you care for, that you would like to be productive and have a good life. And that's how you make the schedule. It's like, and
then one of my negotiations with myself is to stick to this strict schedule, stick to my strict diet, stick to my strict workout plan, live streams, daily vlogs, gratitude, all that stuff. But I reward myself every freaking day around, and that's what sucks about today. Well, it doesn't suck, but it interferes with this part of my wonderful schedule. In between 1 and 4, somewhere in there, depending on what the day brings, I like to lay down and pass out for like 20 or 30 minutes, a nice little nap. And it's something that helps me. Like I tackle the first part of my day and I go through this little tiny, like, okay, time to knock out for a minute. I'll lay on the couch, go lay on bed, wherever, right? Just 30 minutes. Give me 30 minutes. And then I get up and I tackle the rest of the day up till midnight and I feel great. And so that's one of my negotiations with myself. You're going to work for me? Me? Hey, me, you're going to work for me? You're going to take a nap. Okay. And it works for me. I love it.
And you look at the day and you think, well, if I had that day, that'd be good. Great. And you're useless and horrible, so you'll probably only hit it with about 70% accuracy, but that beats the hell out of 0, right? And if you hit it even with 50% accuracy, another rule is, well, aim for 51% the next week, or 50.5% for God's sake, or because you're going to hit that position where things start to loop back positively and spiral you upward. And so that's one way that you can work on your conscientiousness, is plan a life you'd like to have. And you do that partly by referring to social norms. That's more or less rescuing your father from the belly of the whale. But the other way you do that is by having a little conversation with yourself about, as if you don't really know who you are, because you know what you're like. You won't do what you're told. You won't do what you tell yourself to do. You must have noticed that. It's like you're a bad employee and a worse boss. And both of those work, for you. You don't know what you want to do, and then when you tell yourself what to do, you don't do it anyways. You should fire yourself and find someone else to be. But my point is that you have to understand that you're not your own servant, so to speak. You're someone that you have to negotiate with, and you're someone that you want to present the opportunity of having a good life to. And that's hard for people because they don't like themselves very much. So, they're always like cracking the whip and then procrastinating, and cracking the whip and then procrastinating.
That's another thing. We definitely seem to not like ourselves as a general, as a whole, as a human race. For some reason, been in recovery now 2 years, 7 months, and 4 days today. I have not had a mind-altering substance. I've been working my program the whole time. Trying to better my life through physical health, mental health, and all my relationships. Good morning, Mom. There's my mommy. Hi, Mommy. And I'm like starting to like myself through this schedule, through this negotiating with myself, being my own boss, in the sense of today is what we're going to do today. We're going to set up these goals and we're going to achieve them the best we can. And tomorrow we're going to do 1% better than we did today. Right? Every week should improve about 1%. Do 1% better than you did. Always comparing yourself to who you were yesterday, not anybody else out there, and for your own reasons, for your own stuff. But I'm on the mountain now, and I'm up there, and I'm like, whoa, look what you did today. You start like, and then saying all those things that you appreciate about yourself, you start liking yourself. I like the person that this challenge is making me become. I love it. I love the confidence I have. I love everything that it's producing in me. So let's continue to do those things. Hi, my mommy and my wifey. Hi, honey. Thank you. I love you too. We'll get back into this for a couple minutes, and then we'll jump in and see how you're doing on your 30-day challenge.
And it's like, God, it's so boring and such a pathetic way of spending your time. And you know what that's like, because you probably waste like 6 hours a day. And I think we did an economic calculation about that a while back, right? Your time's probably worth $50 an hour, something like that. I mean, you're not getting paid that now, but you're young. And so this is investment time. And what you do now is going to multiply its effects in the future. So let's say it's $50 an hour, which is perfectly reasonable. So if you waste 6 hours a day, and you are, then you're wasting about $2,000 a week, or about $100,000 a year. So like, go ahead, but that's what it's costing you every hour. And you need to know what your damn time is worth. So let's say it's not $50, it's 30, whatever. Maybe it's 100, it's somewhere in that range. One of the things you should be asking yourself is, when you spend an hour, was that, well, would have I paid someone $50 to have had that hour? And if the answer is no, it's like, well, maybe you should do something else with your time. And it depends on whether or not you think that your time's worthwhile.
There's a good measuring stick. Look at the last hour that you just spent investing in your own life, and say you had to pay somebody for that hour. Would you pay them for the product being produced? There we go. We're talking about setting goals. We're talking about, how do you measure your progress in life? How do you know you're achieving anything? And if you don't set up these measurable goals, you'll never know. And the ultimate end is, if you aim at nothing, you hit every time, right? The ultimate end is failure. If you're not shooting for something successful in life, it doesn't have to be, what do you deem success to be? Let me know. What is success to you? In a sentence, describe success in your life. Success to me is, and mine, success to me is living today to the fullest. And I'm trying to wrap my mind around. So the first hour I woke up, I spent waking up, right? Grabbing my coffee, saying goodbye to the kids, and cleaning up this desk. That was a good hour spent. It was productive. My next hour right now, what we're spending together, is talking about this and learning some stuff from Jordan Peterson. Good one. Next hour I'm going to spend is seeing what the weather has, so that I can be comfortable when I go out and do my next hour of bike riding and getting the dogs out. Then I'm going to come back. I'm going to spend another hour, and I need to start figuring out, this is going to, okay, you want another challenge. In our next 30-day challenge, March, April, May, June, in June, we're doing a new challenge. And one of the parts on the challenge, which is going to be extremely difficult for me, I finally found something that's going to be completely difficult for me. And that's going to be keeping my room clean every day. Wake up. The first thing I'm going to do, obviously, is wake up and clean my room and make my bed. I'm going to try doing that I'm going to do my best at doing that for 30 days. No more try. We're going to do, and then we're going to do our best as we do it. Not try to do it. We're going to do it. So I'm going to aim at that. That's going to be my goal that I'm going to aim at. A couple more seconds on here, and we're going to jump into everybody else's 30-day challenge.
But the funny thing about not assuming that is, if you assume your time isn't worthwhile, what happens is you don't just sit around sort of randomly in a state of responsibility-less bliss. What you do is you suffer existentially. And so that seems like a stupid solution. You know, if you take people, and I've told you this, and you expose them voluntarily to...
That's Jordan Peterson, everybody. Aim at your goals. Shoot high. If you aim high, you hit high. If you aim at nothing, you hit every time. So today, hit your goals. I'm going to bust this out over here real quick. I'm going to stop that screen share, because we are jumping into our Discord. And if you're not in our Discord, join us. Recovery in your pocket. We have 30-day challenges. We have daily Zoom meetings. This is where all our YouTube and videos drop and pop. And this is where we get to know each other. Good place to be. Let your friends know. If you know somebody that's struggling and they need some support, instant 24-hour, 7 days a week, free support from peers around the world, and I just screen shared the wrong thing. Because I'm talking. That's why. All righty, here we go. Here we go. So right up in this Discord on the left-hand side, this is how Discord works. All these little circles on the left are the servers that you belong to, right? Here's Recovering Addicts server. And inside this server, right to the left, and this works on your phone, you just got to swipe a little. Swipe over to the left side, and you enter this 30-day challenge. Inside this 30-day challenge, oh, look at Julian. He dropping his in the 30-day on his bike. Got his RA hat matching his hoodie. Yeah. Here was mine yesterday. Burr. It's cold. Went from getting sunburnt to freezing in the snow. Welcome to Utah. 75 days hard. Day 29. Crushing it. I love these little videos that I'm making, all these daily vlogs and these live streams that I'm making, because now I can go back. Like when I go back to like day 1 and day 2, there was a day that I was working outside, doing what my goals are, and there's snow in my beard. And yesterday was one of those days, man. I froze. Let's see what Ziggy did. We gotta look at the date, make sure it says yesterday right there. That's what we want to see. May 9th, driven in the sauna. Oh yeah, he went on a nice long old mountain bike ride. Sick with his puppy. Oh, we're by Dinosaur Park. Good spot. Let's see what he did. Oh, let's look at this.
Let's go. Come on.
That's a good dog. That's a happy dog right there.
Good boys.
Dogs love to run. I love that shit. I wish I got excited to go run like as fast as I could, like dogs do. I don't. Then gratitude. Gratitude. Oh, thanks, bro. Ziggy. Good job, brother. You're still killing it. Savage Freedom. I know it's after midnight and I'm on Wi-Fi and I thought it was posted at 9:30ish, so I accept if I'm out of the challenge, but I will still keep posting if that's okay. Absolutely. This is about doing whatever it takes no matter what happens. So unfortunately, you want to keep posting, we encourage it. But as far as the prize goes, because the prize for the people on this first challenge is a full set of merch from RA. No problem there, Savage Freedom. It's all good. I know where you was last night. I know what you're doing. I see you. But strict ultimate rules. And just the way I got to keep it. Reading. Good job, Kitty. What's this? What's this? Nice. Making it happen. Good job, Kitty 245. Geesh. Rewired. I heard that's good. Geesh, if you're here, you liking it? Man, dude, you're getting good at photography. Look at all the grain you put in that picture. Made it look all sweet. Nice. I love people that take cool pictures and color grade that stuff. Look at the great leading lines here. You know, it takes your mind. You're like, where's this dog walking? And like, oh, he's walking down this cool street. And let me color grade it so it's all mysterious and put a nice little vignette on there. Very nice. Good job, bro. Nice picture. So look, he's leveling up a little bit. He said he tried running for a few blocks. Haven't ran since high school. Not a fan. Me neither. I am, however, really enjoying this book, and Luna has come to expect our evening walks. Yeah. Your dogs get on a schedule. No doubt about that. Feeling better than I have in a long time, mentally, physically. Looking forward to the next day to conquer. I know yoga and walking isn't going to get me ripped. It's not about getting ripped. But for someone who hasn't exercised regular in almost 20 years, this small change is routine. Oh, huge. No doubt. Clownfish, what are you doing in Geisha's channel? Clownfish, this is Geisha's channel, and I must delete you out of the channel. Thumbs up, hearts, and love for everybody, but that's their channel. Only they get to post it. Jin Ray, gratitude book, always out there walking and smiling. How come the weather's always nice where she is? I've never seen like a cloudy day. It's always like beautiful and sunny. Lucky her. Good job. Had to try really hard today. Good. Oh, that's today. Didn't go to work, but went for a stroll to really push myself because I don't feel well. Good job. Oh, look at that nice nightly picture. Very good. Beautiful. Good job. She fumbled a little bit right here. That's okay. But I want to keep posting because I want to keep going with this. Okay. I'm really upset because I'm enjoying this challenge. I want to keep it. Keep going. I'm just going to put a little encouragement in here. Keep going. You are doing amazing. So here's something you also got to realize too is, man, we're getting into day 10. You know, you start seeing and stuff around day 5 and 6, like, well, this is nice. I already feel better. Then you get into day, week 2. Let's just look at it as weeks. Week 2. Oh man, I'm a little tired. My body's starting to lose weight, and now it's going, wait a minute, we're comfortable being lazy and fat. What are you doing, body? And then forcing yourself to do the routine and stick with it, starts getting harder. Just like in recovery, the pink cloud, and all of a sudden that goes away and the real work begins. It's all that kind of stuff. But keep going. You got to press through week 2. And if you're working out hard and you're sore, that's fine. Press through. Mo, let's see how Mo's doing. She got her reading in, got her exercise, and her grateful list. Good job, Monique. Shout out. Little Miss Happiness. This is one of the best books she's ever read, she says. What is this book? Making It Personal. Emotional Freedom. Nice. Emotional freedom is good. Ooh, little treadmill action or something. Dang, 7 miles. Good job. Is that 7? How the hell did you go that? It must be a bike. 7 miles. That's good job. Second workout of the day for 75 hard. What? Little Miss Happiness taking it to the next level. Nathan, your name's not white. Nathan. He totally missed a whole day. Nathan. Damn it, bro. 8:30 p.m. a day ago. Damn it. Oh well. Part of the game here. Part of the game here. 30 days. No excuses. Good job, everybody. Thanks for the motivation. You guys are keeping me rocking. I'm about to go kill mine, knock it out of the park, enjoy it. Man, it's beautiful and sunny out right now. Alexa, what's the temperature? She don't want to talk to me. She don't want to talk to me today. Let's see what the temperature is. 42 degrees. 42 and sunny. Ooh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice today. Maybe get up close to the 60s. So that means I need a nice little layer of shirt, my hoodie, my vest, my hat. I'm good to go. Awesome, y'all. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time-ish. 7 around-ish area time-ish is what time I'll be back. And then I will drop my daily vlog. Watch my vlog today. It's about peer support. So let me know what you think. So till tomorrow, do not put yourself in a high-risk situation. Stay strong. Stay focused. Keep working your program. Don't get off track. You control today. Let today be your day that you're going to make happen. Don't let your day make you. We recover better together. All right, peace.